All right, so what's good, YouTube? This is Mario here. Hold them, turn the TV down. Yeah, sorry, TV's on, and I don't want, nothing distracted me from doing this video. So, anywho, today's artist I'm going to talk about is Gemstones. Gemstones, formerly known as Gemini. He was a prominent rapper from Chicago. He's a prominent rapper from Chicago. He was, on that same label, signed to the same label as Lupe Fiasco, FNF 15. He was with Lupe from '01 to about '08. He was, the hottest name, the hottest artist come out in like 2006, 2007. He made hit songs like, We On, Free Chili. He was a pretty prominent name in hip hop in the underground scene back then. But a lot of things in his life started to, causing the changes. Causing him change his direction, his music. His friend Free Chili. The song. His friend, Chili died. And then Lupe. Then he was battling with spiritual attacks. And he was dealing with so much, demonic forces to where it caused him to, give his life to the Lord. And he was sleeping around, he was fornicating with different females, and then he just said, I'm done. He was like, I'm done. If he watched his interviews, he tells the story that he gave up everything, like literally everything he got. He had an iPhone, the first iPhone that ever came out. He had everything you could ever want, and he gave it all up, just so he can, follow Jesus. And that's a pretty real scenario, because that's what the disciples did. Peter did, and that's what a lot of people did. That's what the disciples did when they, decided to follow Christ. They gave everything they had, that was going to be a distraction from that was going to hinder them from walking with the Lord. Until now, they just give it up. So, I'm very, proud. This dude, like, he has, a, a lot of class. He's a very dope rapper. Like, he's one of those rappers who I wish more people talked about. Because like D1, he's also a rapper who came from the underground scene, the secular underground scene. He was about to get famous. Like Kanye, Kanye was interested in him. That's how dope he was. Kanye West. Drake. He was battling against Drake as far as being the top new artist. At the time, he was battling against Drake. We know how big Drake is now. Drake is the biggest artist in the world right now. As far so that just shows that it takes a lot. It takes a lot of sacrifice to be a Christian. And like you gotta give props to where props is due. Gemstones, coming from a secular background, coming from a background where he was cursing his music. He was like, if you listen to his mixtapes from back in the day, like he did a mixtape where he did songs from before and after he got saved. And like, man, he was very vulgar in his music. But like after, like when he did that mixtape 2010, The Road to Glory, My Story, that's when his music, that's when he just became, that's when people started labeling him as a gospel rapper. So I like Gemstones. I like his music. I like the style. I like his style. I like the fact that he's very intense. He talks about real life struggles. He talks about, his problem was being overweight. He started, tired of being overweight. He was 300 pounds when he was, rocking with Lupe. He made a song called, XL, where he was eating mad fast food to where he's about to have like a heart attack and stuff like that. Like, he's eating just McDonald's and all this other stuff, all these unhealthy things, and he struggled with gluttony, stuff like that. And then he started to lose weight and started to drink a jug of water every day. And he's just a very real person. Like, he talks about, inner city Chicago and how bad the murder rate is. How like Chicago is like the considered the murder capital of the world. It's compared to Iraq, for goodness sake. So I like Gemstones. I like his music. I like um how his delivery. It just unbelievable. One of my favorite songs he put out is Lyrical Miracle. Like that song, when I first heard that, I was blown away. Like I was like, son, a Christian rapping like that? Like, why nobody's talking about this dude? Like, he is a Christian, but he's rapping like, he's rapping like a Rakim or Eminem. He's rapping like, a Twister or stuff like that. Like, he's like those lyrical. He's one of those lyrical dudes that nobody is talking about. Like, and he's a Christian too. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, that's why of course, when you're a Christian, nobody, you're not going to don't expect to get credit for your work. But man, my God, like we talk about Kendrick, we talk about J. Cole as being the prominent artist, that's bringing consciousness back into the mainstream. But Gemstones, man, oh my God, like this dude can legit rap, and like it just shows that you could be a dope MC without using a curse word. You could be a dope MC without talking about killing and stealing and fornicating. Like Gemstones prove that with Lyrical Miracle. Like look up Lyrical Miracle. If you're a CHH fan or if you're just a regular hip hop fan, look up Lyrical Miracle. Like that song is ridiculous. Like his wordplay is ridiculous. His production is pretty good. Like oh my God, like Gemstones is legit. So like my favorite album is his last album he put out, which is Blind Elephant. Lyrical Miracle is on that joint. What other songs? New World, that's another dope song he put out. Believe, even though he wasn't rapping that song, it was still a dope song. So, Gemstones is the truth, man. Like when it comes to lyricism, he's the truth, and like we need more people talking about him because again, if he didn't get signed, had he got signed, he probably be big as Drake and Kanye West right now, but because of the fact that he gives like the Christ, he's kind of forgotten about. But you guys gotta check out Gemstones, man. Check him out for real, for real. He's one like we talk about guys like the Cray as far as being a prominent Christ Christian, in mainstream hip hop. But man, Gemstones, he was straight from the world, and it just shows that like you need more Gemstones being like in the Breakfast Club and interviews like that because it just shows that you could like a rapper as big as he is can come well no Mouse is example too, but a rapper could come to that that you could be a big name in rap music and still come to Jesus. People think that once you get in the rap game, you stay, you sold your soul. There's no hope for you. But Gemstones prove that you could be in a rap game, big, hang out with big name artists, but you could still give your life to the Lord. Like Gemstones prove that. So we need a Gemstone story to show that who walked on both sides of the spectrum, being a secular artist and then being a Christian artist, being a prominent secular artist at that, to now being a prominent artist who raps for God. No Malice, he's trailblazer for that. But No Malice is like, No Malice, he's kind of a trailblazer in that sense as well because No Malice, he was the first mainstream artist to come out and say I gave my life to God and completely changed his whole life. But even No Malice, he doesn't put out music like that. Like at least not. He don't really put out music like that. But Gemstones, man, he is just raw, straight to the point. Like, check him out. So, like, you guys will love Gemstones. I promise you, you will love Gemstones. So, with that out the way, this is Mario Walker. Sign out.